Good morning, everybody. Welcome to day 11. Hopefully day 11 goes up a little bit earlier than what the recent videos have been going up at. But day 11, here we are. 1 day away from going to Switzerland for the PTI event. I just realised you can probably see me sat in my boxers. But hey ho, these things happen. But regardless, there's been quite a lot of flesh and blood stuff over the last overnight, right? We had the round the table thing be spoiled last night. So that looks pretty cool. People are already doing the thing though that they do and evaluating the product based on their bloody CC decks already, like the bloody Guardian boots. I've already seen people be having a massive discussion around whether the Guardian boots are going to be staples in the format and all this, and people are going to do that with these products, unfortunately, aren't they? Because that's what that's what sort of flesh and blood's audience is. It's the hyper competitives. It's not the socials and casual players, because the very nature of this game is rooted in competitive play. But this is aiming to change that to a certain degree. It's bringing people around the table to play flesh and blood, and hopefully sort of exploring that casual and sort of social experience from there. But I think ultimately, the thing that's going to do that the best going forward, although I haven't played this product yet, obviously nobody has, apart from the people that designed it and know everything that's in it. I think the main thing that's going to combat not combat, but bring in the social players and keep those social and casuals around, for the people that love the lore and the characters and the world that Flesh and Blood is set in, I think PvE is going to be the thing that really explores that the most. Because that is where people like to get lost in. People like to get lost in stories, right? People like to see stories of their favourite characters. They don't care about the competitive side of it. Like me, for instance, I just play Azalea because I like the whole aesthetic and flavour and theme of the character. That's why we choose to create Azalea on Baldur's Gate 3 and play a whole bloody campaign while trying to romance Shadowheart. We like to put these characters and make stories out of them. And I think that's one of the main things that really sort of, to me at least, that's what speaks to me, is the stories and the world and everything else that you can get lost in, rather than the mechanics. And the mechanics are great and all this, but I think the casual and social crowd need more stories to get lost in. I think that's ultimately what my stance is. I mean, I can't wait to play with this and just see how it goes, and go from there. But ultimately, it's just 4 blitz decks that you can play in a multiplayer setting, and it's designed for multiplayer. But that doesn't mean that those cards can't be used outside of Constructed, unless we get an update saying, right, these are UPF only, right? I think if we are going to go down this route, if we are going to go down the UPF route, ideally what we need to then start seeing is cards designed or limited to UPF, because people are just evaluating it for their CC decks. It's just like, no, that's not what it's meant to be. But then this product also isn't meant to cater to the people that are trying to build the best CC optimal deck, right? This is a new thing. This is also targeted for Commander players and people that play Magic. Professor is a huge Magic the Gathering content creator, really, right? It's just other companies approach him to do things because they know how much influence and how much knowledge he has in these things, and how he can sell these things to other markets. If you look at the comment section on the video that Professor released, there's a load of things on there, a load of people on there saying, I've been playing Magic for the longest time and I can't wait to try this now. This might just be the thing that I try because it's round the table, because it's not cutting each other's throats in 1v1 combat while trying to face bloody Michael Hamilton on Icelander or whatever. It's not that sort of it's not that sort of aim, is it? It's just bringing people together through the common language of playing great games around the table now. So I think it's going to act as a good gateway. This is similar to a video that I did a long time ago. I said that Flesh and Blood needed something like this, like a game night style product that you just pick off the shelf and you can put down and play multiplayer. Everybody can get a sort of feeling to how the Flesh and Blood system works. If they want to go on from there, they can do. And that's also another marketing strategy, isn't it? It's bringing people in, getting them sort of to grips with the game, and if they want to explore the other avenues that the game offers and they want to go into the competitive circuit, they already know, they've already grasped the rules. They don't have to go to an armory where there's seasoned players playing with optimized and tuned decks, when you can just play this game off the table. Everybody's at the same level, and everyone's, well, same level, but everyone's at the same level with regards to bringing out the precons and playing with the cards that are designed for that environment. So it's going to do a great job of that, and obviously a lot of people that are seeing it on the Tolarian Community College channel are fans of Magic and all this sort of stuff, and they the consensus and on the comments and stuff seems to be people do want to try this game now, and that's the reason why we're doing it, right? To get more people round the table, not just cater to the fucking sweaty meta heads that are gonna pick apart this product and think, oh yeah, the Guardian Boots Temper 2 is quick and worth giving to your opponent for the Temper 2 over the course of the game, CC. No. You are going to get those people, unfortunately, that are just absolutely obsessed with picking apart every product that comes out and just seeing if they can slot it into their CC deck. But luckily there's no Ranger stuff in here, so I guess I'm not having that internal dialogue with myself. A lot of people are, right? Guardian, Bard, Mechanologist, and what's the other one? Guardian, Bard, Mechanologist, and the article's right here in front of me. We've got Professor Teklo Vossen. We've got the Guardian bloke, Ira. Sorry, that's why I couldn't think of it, because it's the one that exists already. And again, there's a couple of cards in here. I'm not going to go into it too much because we'll probably speak of it on the Living Legends podcast, and this isn't really like a video that's designed to really go over cards and stuff. But yeah, we've got Professor Teklo Vossen. So Professor is basically young Teklo Vossen, which is a good way of doing it. It's not just a completely new character. Melody looks pure waifu material. Brevant, who can just run infinite free blocks in his deck apparently, and then Ira, the classic. But yeah, it looks really cool, and I can't wait to play with it. I will pick it up later on in late September. But yeah, I think it's going to do a good job of bringing people into the game that weren't necessarily looking at it from the outside in. Because Professor's influence is so large, I think it's going to get a lot of people into the game, and that's what Flesh and Blood want. They want to sort of start bringing in and addressing that casual and social format that is UPF and other things that they're developing like PvE. I think PvE ultimately is going to be the flagship social format. I think they quote it on their website, because that is really exploring the characters and the world and the lore and where those characters might go and the sort of situations that they might find themselves in, because that's why a lot of us casuals still are sticking with the game, is because of the characters that we fell in love with and the world that we fell in love with and the world that surrounds those characters. Similar to how you play Baldur's Gate and you end up, as I've said before, doing an entire person's quest line and then thinking that that's the end of the game because you're so invested in that character. But that's not the case. You've still got a whole game to play. So for the people that are character driven, for the people that are story and hero driven, you know, this probably isn't going to be for them, because obviously it's not their favourite characters, which again is a hero problem in Flesh and Blood. And another part of the hero problem is all of these new cards that come in Mechanologist and Guardian and all this, you can play those in your CC deck. So you're still going to have that problem where the people are evaluating this product for people that already exist in the game as to what they can put in their CC decks or their constructed decks, right? So you are still going to have that issue, but don't listen to those. Don't really take that in. Just look at this as its own thing and what it can do for the wider aspect of Flesh and Blood. And I'm sorry if I look a little bit sort of sweaty and horrible today. I basically just played football last night and just haven't had a shower since, really. So I should really do that. Don't know why I'm sharing that with you, to be honest. But hey ho, this is an honest channel. This is a day in the life of ours. Sometimes you don't shower after football. Maybe you should. That's, you know, don't take advice from me. Anyway, today is just going to be, we're on day 11 today, and this is a hugely long intro because why not? We got some actual flesh and blood stuff to talk about that's of relevance, so why not cover it on this day-to-day eating and playing flesh and blood every single day until World Series. But today is a Thursday, which means we're probably going to go for a little walk around the lake and get our Talishar game in before we start work at 12. So yeah, food-wise today, I've defrosted some pork steaks, as I normally do. I probably need to start experimenting with other food like beef and stuff like I did at the start. It's just that I have a load of pork steaks in the freezer that I just need to eat before I buy anything else, basically. But it's still meat. Obviously, we're going to be eating some eggs today. Got some new cheese. Got some more cheese delivered today. I don't want to be eating too much of that, but yeah, all is good. I feel good. It's great to just not rely and sort of focus heavily on sugar and carbs and all this. It's just meat and eggs and a bit of dairy here and there. It's just nice and easy, and it works with the lifestyle that I lead at the moment, with the fact that I'm always editing videos and stuff. I just need something quick, just a bit of meat here and there, and it's decent because I know that I can eat what I want to eat until I get full, and that's it. So if I'm still craving a bit of food or a bit of meat or something, I can still have that because that's my body telling me that you're still hungry, so eat. And then obviously when you're full, you have nothing else. It's just great. You don't have to worry about calorie counting, you don't have to worry about any of that garbage. You can just eat what you want and just get on with your day. It's just a mindset thing as well, really. But really enjoying it at the moment, and the daily uploads are really sort of allowing me to keep accountability for my actions. Yes, we did have a little bit of a slip up the other night, but you know, going forward from there, we have still maintained everything. And obviously we're going to Switzerland this weekend as well, so that's going to be fun. Look out for that. We're actually, me and Pascal and Fedia, I'm not sure whether you're watching this, but it's one of Pascal's friends who I haven't actually met yet, are climbing Mount Pilatus on Monday, so that'll be fun. You'll see a lot of videos on that for sure. Yeah, let's just get on with the day. Air fryers are pretty good, I'll have you know. I didn't have time to cook my breakfast or food that I'm supposed to be having throughout the day yesterday, so I'm just going to be putting it in the ActiFry now. So these are the pork steaks that are defrosted. I'm just going to be putting these in here. I'm probably going to have some of these this morning while they're still hot, for sure, because I'm fucking starving. Well, I'm not starving, but you know. So they're going in there. Now, pork is, on the carnivore diet, pork is good because it's nice and fatty. There are better options of meat. You know, I should be ideally eating beef, bacon. Beef and bacon are probably the best meat you can have. But I've just got a load of pork steaks in the freezer that needed to be defrosted and eaten, so before I buy anything else. So yeah, let's do that. And this ActiFryer is fucking garbage. It doesn't even have a knob, so I have to use a knife to fucking twist the dial, which is annoying. But speaking of ActiFryers or air fryers, or basically little mini ovens, I do have a new one. The Tower 9-litre dual basket digital air fryer. Look at that. This one's got 2 baskets, baby. Look at this. It's got fucking 2 baskets, mate. Up to 70% less energy than a traditional conventional oven. Brilliant. 4 cooking methods. My goodness me. Air fryer, grill, roast, bake. Wow. My affiliate with Tower is in a link in the description box below. No, it's not really. Maybe I should. Maybe I should have an affiliate link with Tower. Anyway, breakfast / lunch / food for the day until dinner is now in there. I'm probably going to walk to the shop in a moment to go and get some bacon, so I can have eggs and bacon for my dinner later. Scrambled eggs and bacon, probably. And that's it. Drink water and coffee all day. That's pretty much it, really. So yeah, good stuff. I fucking love these trousers. Look at those trousers. Absolutely fantastic, right? Brilliant. Absolutely love these trousers. Look at that butt. Anyway, that's actually another affiliate that I have that I haven't really plugged in a while. But that's Neomachi Clothes. So if you use the affiliate code Go Again Gaming at Neomachi Clothes, you get some cool, cyberpunk Japanese inspired clothing with some money off as well. So definitely go and check them out because they do some sick clothes, baby. I love these trousers. These are the trousers that I actually met. Well, trousers, I say leggings, really, tracksuit bottom style things. I met James White in these trousers for the first time, and guess what he said? The first thing he said to me was, "Man, I love your style." James White approved. Neomachi is James White approved. That's it. Anyway, let's do some stuff. Pork steaks are done. Look at that. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, nice and well done. Lovely old job. Okay, so we're just about to go out for a quick walk. I think I've changed the settings on this camera now, so it's just 1080 60 frames per second rather than 2.7K, because the videos were just too large that I couldn't really get them out and edit them on time because they were just too large of videos. When we do like proper content abroad and stuff, and the Switzerland mountain climb and all that, that will be in 2.7K, but not so much these videos here where we're just chatting garbage in our day-to-day life. So yeah, we're just going to have a quick walk around the lake, go get some bacon for tonight's dinner, which is going to be bacon and eggs, and then we're going to come back and play the Talishar game, and then upload this for Thursday evening. So you'll be able to see both the video that's uploading now, which is day 10, and day 11, all in one on the Thursday. And obviously tomorrow is going to be Switzerland travel day, so we're going to do that as well. But yeah, let's go for a walk. Are we capturing the right graphics for quick capture? Looks like it. It's not a fantastic day today, but I need to go to the shop nonetheless to get my my food for tonight, which is going to be bacon and eggs. So I'm just walking through the riveting area that is the Westmead Industrial Estate. But I've had some cool news as of today, and that is that the football team for Flesh and Blood Worlds, basically we're doing like a Team Worlds versus Team Spain, and both teams have basically all confirmed now, so it's definitely going ahead. So that's good news. So the full Spain team has confirmed their lineup. We're still waiting for a few people to potentially confirm whether they want to play, just so teams have like subs to sub in and out. But both teams, both Worlds and Spain, have now been confirmed. So shout out to Carlos GG on the Discord for organising your Spanish compatriots to fight alongside you in the battle that's going to be Team World versus Team Spain, and I can't wait. It's going to be a great piece of content. Hopefully we got enough sort of cameras to capture as much as we can. I'm going to be taking quite a few bits with me, but it should be fun nonetheless to organise such a amazing community event that's flesh and blood related but not directly related, right? It's a football match, it's a soccer match that's being played at Barcelona with flesh and blood players playing. So yeah, it's going to be a good time. So that has finally been confirmed now, so that is set in stone. So yeah, good stuff. Fun times.
Well, that's pretty much as interesting as this day is going to get. So let's hop down to the Talishar game now and play a game of CC.
Okay, so Thursday's game. Really looking forward to the weekend. Got one more day of work left before we head off to Switzerland. We head off late tomorrow night, so yeah, it's going to be interesting to document the journey for you. Not sure how frequent the uploads might be, but I'm going to try my best to get it out in semi real time ish. But here we are yet again. We are playing Uzuri Switchblade. So good luck, have fun. I think with Uzuri we need D-Reacts. 5 D-Reacts. Then we also need Frailty and Sleep Dart. So 63 cards perhaps. Wow, let's run the sigils as well. I think this could go longer, potentially. So we'll probably just run. We won't run the block. That's it. We'll just do that. Slightly larger deck. Yeah, 62 against 62 here. Let's see. Interesting. Toxic Tips and Heart and Cross Strap as their choices here. Interesting. With Orbito Class getting rid of D-Reacts and Spider's Bite attack actions. So Spider's Bite is coming in first for 1 with Go Again. Luckily I do have quite a few non-attacks in hand that I can potentially block with on the second swing here. And an Orbito Class for 1. So we're going to chuck this Deadeye in front of it. Nah, chuck this Read the Glide Path in front of it now for 2. And that also has Go Again, so they're going to be able to follow up with another attack after this as well. Coming in for 3 with an Infect. Okay, so we will pass and then just... should we just get rid of the Deadeye? I'll pass. We will sink below. We will get rid of the Rabble, I think, for now. Or do we get rid of the Deadeye? Let's get rid of the Rabble. Let's get rid of that. Drawing a Blood Rot. Okay. We arsenal the Blood Rot and use the Deadeye's resources, I think. Oh, sorry, it's not even our turn, is it? Anyway, so we're going to activate Death Dealer with Deadeye. Put the Spire Sniping in. Have a look. So if we put the Boltgun Shot on top. No, I put the Remorseless on top. Still got 1 float in, so we can actually activate the braces. Let's just go ham on this turn. We're going to shoot for 11 Dominate here. With Blood Rot and Premeditate on hit. Do you want to put an aim counter on it? No. Premeditate. And Lace with Blood Rot, and then fire for 11 damage. Which I think is a considerable crackback for this. 13 damage, I should say. 13 Dominate, no D-Reacts from Arsenal. Which is pretty good. And then we've got Blood Rot on hit, so it's essentially 15 damage, really. And then I can choose what I Arsenal. So, I don't know whether Uzuri runs Warmongers, but I think we should probably put, if we draw an attack action or something else, we should probably put that in our arsenal rather than the Fateful Scene, I think. But yeah, coming in 13 Dominate Remorseless is pretty good, because obviously it punishes them on the back end as well with the life loss. So it's never just the raw damage. But not only is it the raw damage here, we've got the Blood Rot here as well, plus the Remorseless trigger, so it's obviously quite a lot of damage simulated here on this attack, plus it's dominated. So yeah, we are going to put the Boltgun Shot on our ass. And now 29 does play 39 with a Blood Rot, so 27 essentially, they have to think about. So they're coming in with an Isolate,
We do have a D-React in our hand, and obviously a sigil. So I think we just have to... Our turn is probably not going to look very good anyway. It's stealth dominate, so it means that the Fateful Scene is not going to be as effective to use. So I think we just need to... This is an interesting one. In hindsight, we probably should have put the D-React in our arsenal here. But we will just block with a Red in the Ledger to get that in our graveyard for... to put that in our graveyard for Codex later on. And obviously if they switch this out with Azuri... Oh, okay. Razor's Edge. Okay, so it's just going to give us... Okay, so it's going to be dealing some damage back with Blood Rot. Interesting. And they're going to give it go again as well. Interesting, okay. So we are going to take a bit of damage here, but we are still going to be on the tempo, I believe, with the life. Because we've still got a sigil as well that we can use. Which is fine. So we are going to get some Blood Rots. So we're going to take 6 and then get 2 Blood Rots, so it's still 10. They still have a follow-up to this as well, so we are now going to be on life parity to a certain degree. Oh no, sorry, just 1 Blood Rot. Obviously the Razor's Edge does not give an additional Blood Rot. Fine. Okay, so let's have a look, see what's on top. What have we got? A Bolton Shot. Useless at this point in time because we don't have go again on it. So I guess we could just we could give it go again with the Snappies, but that's just a waste of time, I think. Should we just activate Azalea blindly, see what happens? It's a bad thing to do, bad idea, but we'll just do it anyway. High roll, come on. Let's go. Red in the Ledger. Lovely old job. No. No, I'm not going to put an aim counter on it. And then we will fire it, pitching the drill shot. It is dominated, which is nice. Bit of a high roll, but these things happen. Sometimes you have to just see what happens on top. 5 dominate. They can only block... They can't block any of it on board. And then we can sigil at the end of our turn to alleviate the Blood Rot and then put the Fateful Scene in our arsenal. And obviously they're going to have to consider blocking this. Oh, they can block for 1. Oh, so on lesser life, of course. Okay, so just need to de-react this to cover it up. But still dominated, so they're going to have to get rid of 1 card from hand at the very least to stop the on-hit and the damage going through. So, a nice card to just present, Red in the Ledger. So they're blocking for 3 and taking 2. Okay, alright, so we're going to Sigil. Gain 3 life, which is just going to basically pay for the Blood Rot. And then we're going to Arsenal the Fateful Scene. Okay, so next turn's pretty good, I think. Rabble, and then Red in the Ledger out of the graveyard. So I guess we just take this damage. This can be snappied, but fuck it, we're not going to bother. So they're going to be able to present 8 damage here, depending on what disease they give me. Probably Inertia. Blood Rot. So it's going to be a pure Blood Rot build then, by the looks of it. Pure Bloodborne. Okay, right then. So let's flip this up, see what we got. Because we need to get this Fateful Scene out now. This is the issue now, right? Premeditate on top. Okay, so that's cool. We can do that. We can work with that. Leave that on top then for the Rabble first of all. To come in for 4 with Go Again, which brings us to life parity if they don't block. And then our crackback is going to be pretty insane. Pretty insane. And they can't fill their arsenal either because they've already filled it earlier, which is good. So obviously this is coming in for 4 Go Again. We're going to be able to put the Premeditate into our arsenal with Azalea's ability, play that, play the Read the Glide Path, play the Seek and Destroy, activate Tunic, play Codex, and then just come in with a huge Red in the Ledger. Probably. It's got to be Red in the Ledger. It's got to be done. So premeditate. Read the glide path. Oh, it's a shame we can't access that as well. But we'll leave it on. We'll leave it on top. We're going for broke now anyway, I think. So seek and destroy. It's going to be a big arrow, baby. Tunic. Codex. Get back red in the ledger. And fire that baby off for 13, I believe. 14. Okay. 14 red in the ledger. It's a lot of damage. It's a lot of damage to be presented with when you're on the defense and you have an 8 life differential. That's for sure. Okay. Blocking for 6. Taking 8 at the moment. Fateful Scene, so taking 4 at the moment. Taking 4. Taking 4 with 1 action. Okay, we will lose life to Blood Rot. No. And then we will obviously resolve these 2. So we're going to put the Infecting Shot on our arsenal just in case there's a Warmongers. We don't know, but they're probably just safe to say that it probably could be. Codex of Blood Rot is just going to be giving us a Blood Rot, and then they're going to have to destroy their arsenal. Unless they play this card out of their arsenal. No. Alright. So that card gets destroyed then. See you later. They get a Ponder, of course, and this turn's going to be quite vile because we can snap ease the Blood Rot, which is pretty nasty. But we could just go and get a Dominated Arrow. I think that's probably a better off thing to do, isn't it? Okay, we can draw that as well. That's pretty vile. I think we just do that, don't we? Leave that on top, so we can draw that after we play this. So yeah, we're gonna use the Bolt and Shot to fuel this turn, then we can knock something as well, can't we? So let's just do this. Yeah, let's just fire this Infecting Shot first, and then see what happens. Oh, we can't access the Read the Glide Path because of the because we don't have an arrow to load now. We have Knock the Death Whistle, of course, so it's just going to have to be that, isn't it? Okay, fine. So, Infecting Shot. Let's give it go again with Snappies. Let's Rain Razors as well on top. On top of that. And we just go get a dominated red in the ledger, I think. Okay, fine. We're getting another Blood Rot. Nice. Pure Blood Race. Pure Blood Race right now. So they get a Blood Rot as well, and they take 2. And then we can just go knock for a dominated red in the ledger, or maybe an Infecting Shot. Let's go get another Infecting Shot. Let's go Blood Rot for Blood Rot, shall we? Let's go Blood Rot for Blood Rot. No aim counter for me, please. And then we got 7 Dominate with the Blood Rot on hit. So we're just trading Blood Rots right now, by the looks of it. So they're going to take 4 with a Blood Rot. Not going to take. I am going to take damage. So 22, and then they have to take 4 at the end of their turn now because of the Blood Rot, and they're just going to come in with an E-Strike, which is just, we don't care at this point. We just pass. We don't care. And now we threaten lethal, basically, which is good. So I think we've probably won this. Yeah. That's a GG's, I think. That is a GG situation. Pitch to blue, load in the 6, so that's lethal as is, before anything else happens. So yeah, let's do this then. This is lethal. Lethal Seek and Destroy. They've got no armor on board that they can block with, so they have to block with 2 cards. Potentially more because they have 2 blocks. So this is pretty lethal to them right now. Essentially, I think I've won in this moment. D-reacts are still... They're not great value when you have to block with them. There we go. So they're blocking 6. Now we can just follow up with an E-strike for 7. To just still threaten lethal yet again here. So they have to block with 1 card, take 4 damage, go down to 2 life. And then we've got a Tunic on our follow-up turn. So they're blocking all of it, which is fine. But we have a Tunic on our next turn. So that's pretty good. So we took away their whole hand. Bit of a shame here that we don't have a buff. But hopefully we can draw one. But even still, this is a dud turn. This is really bad. But at least they can't... If we draw a buff... No, we don't. Alright. They still have to block this, basically. But that was a dud turn. Let's get rid of this drill shot. That's not doing anything for us now. So coming in for 5. If it hits, every action they play next turn costs them a life. So it's still pretty lethal. If they play an action, they die. If they don't block. Yeah, so blocking with 2 blocks. Blocking with the Razor Reflex. So they're going to take 3. Or are they going to sync up that as well? No. Okay, they are going to sync that up for 5, and then have a 2-card hand against our 5. But we're going to Arsenal a Bolt and Shot this time. We're not going to risk putting the D-react in our Arsenal and not being able to play it. So, okay, all right. Playing Codex of Bloodrot, giving us a Bloodrot, putting something into their hand and firing it off. CNC, right. So, what do we do here? Do we just take it? We just take it, don't we? We don't care. Bolt and Shot gets blown up. Fine. Because we're going to be threatening lethal again on our next turn. We are going to take 2 from the Bloodrot, though, which is the issue. But that dud turn really allowed him to get back into it. That fact that when we drew the Remorseless, there was no buffs behind it. But here we go. Hopefully we can do something here. Knock the Death Whistle for lethal. Is that going to be able to be done? I don't know. So if we play Knock now, we can go get an arrow, put an aim counter on it and fire it. Can we do that? Play the Deadeye now. No, we can't do all of it, unfortunately. So I think it's probably best if we just go for a Searing Shot on the Knock by reloading this and then coming in for 7, and then 5. That's probably the best thing to do. So yeah, we do this, play Deadeye, then we do Bolt and Shot for 7. And then we Knock, reload this with Searing Shot and go and get that and fire that off for 0. Which is basically 5. Okay, right. The Bloodrot is going to pose a bit of an issue. Or the post is here, I think. Got some posts to show off today now as well. So 4 dominates coming through. So it's still going to take 2 from this. From the Searing. No, we're not going to take that. So this is actually getting a lot closer than what I would like. That is the issue with this, right? So we need to find the dominate next turn, otherwise I think we might lose. It's a bit of an issue here. All right, okay. Yeah, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do here, to be honest. Pitch or sink below. Need to find a dominated something. Okay, Sleep Dart for 8. Still 2 cards. Still a D-React and a D-React. At least. I probably could have played this game a lot better here, but hey-ho. So they're going to take 3. And go down to 1. That's very scary. C&C for 6. Right. So our next turn is not using the Deadeye. So we do have a Tunic available. So we do have Knock. So we can go for the Dominate. So if we block for... they've got no block on board. So we need to assume that that's a 4. So 4 plus 3 is 7. So we need an 8 to win, basically. So if we chuck this E-Strike in front of it, they can't pummel it. So they can't do anything else. But I think we chuck the Skullbone in there as well, just in case. But I don't think there's anything that can hurt us here. No. All right. So I think we're okay. So we can knock the Death Whistle, go get the dominated 8, plus the Blood Rot on the end, which I think will get us there. And we can get the Remorseless as well to prevent the D-Reacts from Arsenal. We will reload the Frailty in. Play Blood Rot, so that is the 8 damage that we need to get over a 4 from Arsenal. But it's the Remorseless is getting over the Arsenal anyway. So I think this is game. Oh, whoops. I didn't activate Dominate. There we go. Activate Azalea. No aim counter, and then we fire it for 8 Dominate, which I think is enough. 8 Dominate, Blood Rot on hit. I think that is enough. No D-Reacts from Arsenal, so I think that's enough to win. Unless they have Oasis and stuff, then then I lose. Yeah, good game. Good game indeed, sir. Very good. I jumped the gun a bit on the... so they could D-React from their hand, but not from their arsenal. Right? Yeah, I win. Woohoo! Lovely old job. Right then, so... Thank you very much, everybody who's tuned in to another episode of the eating/playing Flesh and Blood every single day until Worlds. That's another win for us for Azalea versus Uzuri. that Azuri seemed like it was trying to do a lot more blood rot on hits and stuff, not the actual sort of other the other Azuri builds that we've seen floating around there. I think that was a little bit different to what we normally see, which was cool. Very scary as well, because obviously blood rots can present a lot more damage than what you might expect as well, right? But thanks to everybody who's tuned in. Thanks to all the patrons. Thanks to all the people that like and subscribe and all that good stuff, and hit the bell notification to be notified of my face every day. Thanks to all the people that are still getting involved with the raffle. Thank you very much for that. That's in the Go Again Gaming Discord. Link is in the description box below to the website. Website will direct you to all the links and stuff that I have. And thanks again to Tobias at Sigilate Games for sponsoring the channel up until the start of the new year. So go and check out Tobias's channel for or Tobias's shop for lots of altars that you can get for your Flesh and Blood cards. So use the code GAG for alts over there. If you're looking to pick up any singles, go to fabtcgcards.com. I think the Nationals code is still working for patrons. So if you're a patron of the channel, use that code. You're still going to be able to get some money off there before tomorrow. And we should be getting a new code very, very soon for the singles that you need to pick up there. And Chaos Cards, go and get some of their stuff. I got a package delivered today from Chaos Cards, which I will be dropping on the floor by the sounds of it. I got a package from Chaos Cards today, so make sure you go and check them out for all of your geeky needs, sealed product and board games and tabletop games and all that good stuff. Yeah, we've got a couple of cool things upcoming. We've got our first sort of Great Mail Day episode going to be dropping probably next week, with regards to me and Andres just going through the stuff that we get delivered on a day-to-day basis, these things being some of them. Stay tuned for that. And yeah, we're going to be in Switzerland this weekend having a whale of a time, and me and Pascal are going to be climbing Mount Pilatus on Monday, so you're going to be able to see all of that only on Go Again Gaming. Stay tuned. Cheers.